Hey Divas, welcome or welcome back. It's your girl Keisha here with another video, and today we'll be setting up our monthly budget for May. So if that sounds like something you're interested in seeing, then stay tuned. All right, Divas, so we're gonna get right into it. Can you believe it is May already? At the beginning of the year, I thought the year was going like at a good, slow pace, but girl, since we got to the second quarter, it's just been flying. So for me, in order for me to set up my monthly budget, I need to go to my monthly planner because your girl got to see what I have going on, okay? Birthdays, events, all the things impact my money. That's why I like to set up my monthly planner first, and then I can work on my monthly budget. I did a little short video on me setting this up, and I also did a video of me putting this whole entire planner together. So I'll be sure to link those down below if you want to take a look. So I'm just going to have this off to the side here as I'm setting up the planner. And you know, girl, I'm always going to use some stickers because planning doesn't have to be boring. All right, it can be fun, nice, and pretty. Or it can just be a list of things to do. So we are setting up May. I'm just using this sticker book from ERIN CONDREN. Okay, so May is like this peachy color. Let's see if I have the date dots. Because this planner, if you're new here, guys, this planner is one that I created. It's on Amazon, link down below. It's undated. And thank you to all of you divas who's been supporting me, buying my book. The thing with ERIN CONDREN, like, they keep their colors coordinated. I bought this a while ago. So they usually keep their months all the same color. So I'm just gonna go in, kind of put some things on paper, and I'll be right back. Okay, so for my monthly in May, we're all set. Unlike my main planner, you can see I have way more stuff here than I do here because in my budget, I just need to know and focus on the things that are gonna cost me money. Whereas my planner, it has everything that I have going on for the month, right? So for May, my kids have 2 birthday parties. I have a girls' weekend. The first weekend in May, I have 2 events going on. Girl, I didn't even put Mother's Day down. Mother's Day, I don't know what I'm gonna do for that. So like I said, my kids have 2 birthdays, back-to-back weekends. We have Mother's Day. Then at school, I'm a room mom for my kiddos. So we have class parties, and I know I'm gonna have to put some money towards that. And then the most important thing going on for me this month is my son graduating 5th grade. So I have a sinking fund for him. So I'm hoping to finish that this month. So we can have money to go to dinner, get him something, all the things. Then the kids have a school trip, and then end of the month we have a road trip, and we're gonna be gone for several days. So this is gonna be a major expense as well because, you know, hotel, food, going out, we have all of that going on. So these are the main things I have going on for the month of May. And just on the sidebar, 2 things I have coming up this month is landscaping. I'm looking to get some work done in my backyard, so that's gonna cost me. And then football. You're like, football, girl, I thought you did this last month. Well, I did pay for football, but then there's a special team that's going on that my oldest son is trying out for. And when he makes it, not if he makes it, girl, when he makes it, I have to pay an additional fee. So I'm just gonna be prepared or prepare myself that I may have to come out of pocket for some football expenses this month. So this is what my May money is looking like. So let's get to the next part. These are awesome sticker books from the Happy Planner, but it's just easier for me to do, girl, because the way my penmanship is set up, I try my best not to write if I don't have to. Okay, so first we're gonna work on our monthly snapshot. This monthly snapshot just gives me literally a snapshot of what I have going on this month. So here I'm gonna write my projected income for the month. Down here are all the major events pretty much that I listed on this page, but I'm gonna put some dollar amounts to it, and then we're gonna go over my monthly financial goals. So let me go ahead and fill this in, and then I'll be right back. I'm gonna use this for this part, so hopefully I don't mess up. So for my graduation sinking fund, I'm just gonna use the number. If you haven't seen it already, I closed out my sinking funds and savings challenge for the month of April. So for graduation, I'm starting the month with $220. So I'm just gonna add that here. Okay, let's start from the top. So my projected income for May is $13,980. These top three are the income sources that we received at the beginning of the month. I think I have $100 in rollover. Last month, well, April, we traveled for my husband's birthday. So, I mean, my budget was tight, okay? And then the sinking fund for my son's graduation, I have $220. So all of that, we had $13,980. So this month, the major events is my son's graduation. I'm budgeting $600 because that was my goal for the sinking funds. We do have a road trip. I'm just budgeting on the high end of $1,500. I would like to have that. Landscaping project is about $700, and we need new tires and brakes for the car for $1,500. So my monthly financial goals is to continue to work on one of my debt, which is net credit. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to use rollover, and I need to increase my income. One of my streams of income, I am a day trader, but I stopped. Sometimes I add it in and sometimes I don't. This month I'm not adding it in. So any money I make from day trading, I'm going to put towards paying net credit. And then my other financial goal is to use rollover also to help pay for the road trip, and I need to increase my income. So these pretty much, I want to offset this with unbudgeted money. So any rollover I have from my weekly spending, any additional income I can get from any additional source, okay, if that makes sense. And then at the end of the month, I'll come back and recap. I've been slacking on that, guys. I really need to come back and show you guys, you know, what it actually looks like at the end of the month. So for the month of May, I'm really gonna be more meticulous and come back and show you guys, you know, my monthly recap and show you guys the final number. So hold me to it. Okay, now this side is a monthly budget. What I like about the monthly budget is that if you're new here, I still have weekly paychecks, but I break down each week. I like to budget weekly. Even if I'm not getting any income, budgeting weekly just keeps me on track. But the monthly budget just gives me a snapshot. So I can just look here and just see everything I have planned, and then I can just go to the particular week and just pull the numbers from here. But at least right here, I'll know off the bat if my plans and my money are in alignment, girl. Because sometimes we have all these plans. I have all these plans, but my math might not be mathing at the end of the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this all in, and then we'll be back to go over the numbers. These numbers are big and I haven't even finished. All right, guys, so May is looking a little grim. Hey Diva, this is Editing Keisha. So I realized that I did not include some important stuff. So I didn't go through each section for my monthly budget. So for housing, it's coming up to $36.50. My food budget, $7.60. Transportation, $27.95. That's because I have to get my tires changed, like I mentioned before. All my debt, I'm gonna spend $16.89. Insurance is $6.36. Savings, challenges, investments, etc., $1,800. For my kiddos, $1,300, and that includes, because I'm gonna have a sinking fund for my son, and you know, end of school year type things. Up here we have personal care, which includes the YMCA membership, dental, $9.56, entertainment. I'm hanging out with my girlfriends. I think I told you guys $150. Then we have that road trip. I'm budgeting about $1,500. All my subscriptions about $162. Miscellaneous, looking at $565. Household items, I'm working on a small little series, but I'm reorganizing and refreshing some spaces in my home. And my budget is $500 plus any little odds and ends I have to get around the house. Gifts. I told you guys earlier we had a couple of birthday parties, and my niece is also graduating this month. Business. This is all my business expenses, which brings me down to my total expenses is $17,118, which has me in the negative, girl. Yes, the negative, $3,138. So we have a lot of work to do. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. If I leave everything as is, I'm negative $3,138. So 3,138 divided by 4, let me see, $784. Okay. For me to reach my goals, I need to bring in an additional $784 divided by 5 days. So Monday through Friday, I need to make an additional $156. So like I said, trading is our other stream of income, but the markets, you just never know. So I just hate to add that as a source of income, but I'm going to have to do it for this one because everything on this budget has to happen for me. Now, I did increase like the road trip. I'm probably not gonna spend that much. Inflate, and that's the word I'm looking for, inflate. So the road trip, I'm probably not gonna spend that much. My kiddos, again, this is the last month of school, my son's graduation, all of those things. So that number is slightly inflated. I'm not quite sure exactly how much it's gonna cost for the brakes and all of that to be repaired on my truck. I think my husband did tell me around $1,500, so that seems about right. Your girl gotta grind. I'm going into the month negative, which is something I've never done, which is why I definitely have to circle back with you guys at the end of the month, or even during my weekly check-ins to see if I'm able to hit this goal. And that's that. For me, I just need to make $156 a day for 20 days out of the month. But nonetheless, I'm gonna keep this as is. This is my goal, to make a minimum of an additional $3,100 this month. And that's what we gotta do, girl, because a hustler gonna hustle, all right? The budget by paycheck, I'm gonna do that in a separate video, but I do wanna do one other thing. I usually do this during my weekly check-in, but I think I'm gonna start doing it here during the monthly setup because I'm setting up the planner for the month. So this planning kit is from Planner Kate. This sheet, if you're new here, is my weekly check-in sheet. So I can just write down all the categories I spend money in, and then every week I'll just come in and write how much I've spent, giving me a total of how much I spend in each category for the month. So these stickers are from Planner Kate, and they pretty much line up with my categories. I have to do a little finagling, but for the most part, they add up. I mean, they line up. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay these down. We'll wrap up the video. Okay, so like I said, her stickers almost pretty much line up. I just had to rework, but it has categories, and all the other ones I was able to cover up with the week 1 stickers. I really love this book. I'm biased because it's mine, but I really love it because it's a one-stop shop. I could just come here, see all my weeks lined up, and then just have the total for the month so I can know how much I spend in each category. Well, Divas, that is it. May is set up, ready to go. We have our monthly snapshot. I don't have a lot of events, but as you can see, your girl got a lot of money going out this month. This is the snapshot showing you the income I'm projecting this month. My main events, again, the most important thing to me is my son graduating. My financial goals to continue to work on one of my debts, the net credit debt. And we do have a road trip this month, so I'm just looking to find additional income to fund that. Excuse the banging, my husband's working in the basement, yay, because that's a project we have that's ongoing. This is my monthly bills. My expenses are categorized. If you're not familiar with categorizing your expenses, I do have a video on that. So you can see that. I should link it below. So you'll see how I categorize for my expenses. And then last thing we did is set up my weekly check-in. And I'll do it offline, off camera. I'll just come in and write down all my categories and have it there. Matter of fact, let me go and do that right now, just so we can have this thing all done. Okay, I was able to go ahead and put the categories in, so now you guys can see. So again, for the first week, I'll come in and I'll fill in whichever categories I use. I'm not gonna spend money in every single category, but at least it's here. I have to write it down one time, and then depending on the week, if I use it or not, I'll put a dollar amount. If I don't, then I'll just put 0. So now we are really done and we are ready to get going with May. So make sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you do not miss a thing. And I will see you in the next one. Let's get it. It is Money May. Let's get our money. Let's get to the bag. And let's manage the money we have, divas. I'll see you in the next one. Later.